All right, World Supercross. I put this on Twitter today. I've been going around the pits talking to racers about what they're doing, or they want to do World Supercross, and I talked to a lot of these privateer guys, and like I said, I put some of this on Twitter today. Like, I don't these teams got a lot of money last year to go to World Supercross, and they're getting less this year, but they're getting paid again. And I talked to some of these privateers, and they're like, I'm not doing it. This team told me about this. This team approached me on this. I was like, what? I talked to one rider that's like, yeah, I only get 50% of the purse money. That's it. That's all I get when I show up.
The teams get it, right?
Well, yeah, the teams get all the purse money, and then this rider's deal was expenses paid and 50% of the purse money. And I talked to some other privateer guys that you think would jump all over it, and they're like, no, I get purse money, and I got to give 10% to my mechanic. Like at some point, like the World Supercross got like the reason these teams gave the reason the World Supercross guys gave these guys this money, I believe it was almost $500K last year, and I believe it's $200K this year or 150 or something, and they get $50K per round for travel and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
The reason they did that is to hire treat riders right and pay them right. You know, our buddy Phil Nicoletti said that what they should have done is the World Supercross guys should have went to all the riders and just done deals with the riders, and they can just bring their own crates and hire a mechanic and show up. And of course, I just thought, Phil, he's being an idiot. But the more I think about it, Phil might have a point there, because like it seems like these teams, there's some of them out there that are trying to profit from this and hoping to get guys to show up for not much. And thankfully, some of these guys that I talk to that I would think would be all over this are like, no, I'll stay here, man.
I think that's kind of, that's the model they wanted, though. They wanted the F1, MotoGP, MXGP, NASCAR model where the teams, they hold the spots, right? And then they go and hire riders to fill those spots. But the teams they have contracts with the series, and the teams have a chance to be profitable too. I'm not saying that's right or wrong, but I think that's what they wanted.
Yeah.
But isn't there some sort of like in the spirit of racing, like I'm going to hire good riders with this money?
Of course. I think the series suffers if the riders aren't good. No one, ticket sales are difficult if you don't have good riders. But I think this is the model that they have been going for all along.
I mean, I can only speak for I've seen some offers. I don't want to say who to who, whatever. But I've seen a couple in the two teams that I know that made offers, made pretty good ones to the guys I saw. So this might not be across the board because I think some of them are probably taking it pretty serious because the offers I saw, I was like, holy crap, they're good.
Right. So I remember, it reminds me of, do you remember when Jake Marsak rode for, I don't remember the name of the team, but it was when he had the Bad Boy Club sponsorship and he got third at Daytona.
That was Rick Ware.
Was it?
What?
Okay, well, they kept all his contingency money.
Oh, they did?
In that race.
Yeah.
So he made, I don't even know, it was a ton of money for getting third at Daytona, and he got $0 contingency. None.
That was Rick Ware Racing. Yeah.
Was it really?
Yeah.
So
wow.
So that's tough.
Way.
I would be rioting. Like I would be burning things in the pits if that was me.
I think if I'm Adam Bailey and I see some of the level of riders that are rolling out, one person I talked to said that he knows a guy that's been retired for like 3 years that got approached by a team.
Mm-hmm.
He's not going to do it, but like if I was Adam Bailey and the World Supercross guys and you're going to roll out some of the caliber of these guys and I paid you all this money and we're going to have Roxon, who's probably going to do it, 10 seconds a lap quicker than some of these guys, and you're making money off of my money, I think I'm a little bit like WTF.
So I have a question.
I don't know. Yeah.
We know that there has been this big divisiveness, right? Like I don't know the right phrasing to use here, but a lot of the OEMs and it felt like there's division, right? Like it's one series versus the other. A lot of the teams want nothing to do with this series, and that's not my job to be involved. But it's very political, and we all know that. Are they? Is it a matter of them not offering a good enough deal, or is it just some of the riders are like, yeah, I can't touch that. I can't go because I will get, my team won't let me go. I can't go.
Yeah, I think there's some of that for sure, right? Yeah.
I mean, we saw what happened with Roxon, right? Like, that's the most famous example of this.
Yeah.
Like, Honda was like, you do that and you're out.
Right.
So there has to be some of that when you look at the caliber of riders.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like it's got to be a sweet spot, right? To get the guys like Joey Savacci obviously fits the model absolutely perfect. And then I heard the review show, Nichols too, but I heard the review show. Were you guys teasing Kenny and Cooper?
Yeah. Yeah. I think Kenny's doing it.
Really? I mean, the last that I had heard he wasn't, but that was
I know,
a few weeks ago.
Some things have come to light.
Wow.
So I think Kenny's doing it. And I wouldn't be surprised if Coop's doing it.
Wow.
That's going to be interesting. I have no opinion on it.
Yeah.
I just think that one's going to be an interesting thing to see how that plays out.
Yeah, me too. Just how the pieces come together. It seems
I'll tell you what,
complicated,
Cooper wanted to do it on KTMs. That's what he wanted to do. Now, obviously, like JT spoke about, OEMs are not supporting it, so that wasn't going to happen. But the desire from Coop to race World Supercross is there.
There's a lot of money to be made.
Yeah.
I mean, trust me, I was that guy, right? I would go anywhere at any time for money. So I understand the draw of it.
Yep. All right, man. Fly Racing, flyracing.com. JT, the firepower guy's looking good in it. Chiz is back in his Fly Racing. And when there was shock oil all exploding all over McElrath's fly gear, it seemed to protect him. So, you know.
No, it's been good. We had 2 guys in the top 10 this weekend. So it's been tough. We haven't had the rider lineup that I would prefer. But RJ's been doing really well for us, and hopefully guys like Jalik and some of these guys will be back for outdoors and give us something to cheer for.